Good morning, everybody, and happy Tuesday. Thanks so much for joining me, Kelsey Marier, your host and producer of Morning Pulse. It is Tuesday, January 13th, and I am bringing you top local headlines for Southeast Minnesota and Northern Iowa on your digital platforms. You might be on your phone, your tablet, maybe your computer, or you could be watching this on one of your smart devices, kind of your, what am I trying to say, on your TV, on our app. On your smart TV is what I mean to say. So thanks for watching wherever you are. We have 3 local headlines to bring you today for Southeast Minnesota and Northern Iowa, and we are going to start in the Hawkeye State with something that is happening today that we want to make sure that you are aware about. So what is going on today in Iowa? Well, Governor Kim Reynolds will be delivering her final condition of the state address tonight. So she's going to be laying out, of course, her legislative priorities for the year ahead, and then also sharing some accomplishments from 2025. This will be happening in front of both chambers of Congress in the State House at the Capitol there in Iowa. So her address, if you didn't know, it comes one day after Iowa lawmakers kind of gavelled in to begin a new legislative session. The first day of that was yesterday. So her address, she will be speaking at 6 o'clock tonight. We will make sure to share details from that address with you in our newscast.
I'm just not going to comment on speculation.
Well
there's a lot of things going out there. You know,
this is something that we are looking ahead to on this Tuesday,
you know, she's the border czar.
And we want to make sure that you are aware of it as well. All right, another story that we're kind of following today is safety reminders regarding ice on frozen lakes. Yes, because it is still winter and people may still be wanting to go out on the lake. So it obviously is still winter, but we've seen the temperatures really fluctuate recently. Obviously yesterday was in the 40s, but later this week it's going to be in the single digits. So yeah, a lot of fluctuating in the temperatures right now, which obviously plays a role in how safe a frozen lake could be, or how frozen a lake in Minnesota could be. So the Hennepin County Sheriff's Office is putting out just a quick reminder that ice is never 100% safe, no matter what the weather conditions are. So according to the Sheriff's Office, it posted on its Facebook page overnight saying that a driver in a small SUV recently went through the ice after driving over a pressure ridge up on Lake Minnetonka in the Twin Cities. So that driver was apparently neck deep in water. They were able to get out of their car though and then walk to shore safely. That person did decline some medical help, but now they are responsible for getting their SUV removed from the water there. Obviously, you can see these photos that they posted on their Facebook right here on your screen. So, yeah, they got to get their car out, but ice warnings are now in place around that specific area. Now, just keep in mind, the Minnesota DNR says it does not specifically measure ice thickness on all of the Minnesota lakes that we have. Obviously, we have more than 10,000 of them. There's not quite possibly a way for the Minnesota DNR to be able to go out and check ice on all the lakes all the time through the entire winter. So that agency says your safety is your responsibility. There is some information and some advice and tips on how to check and measure the ice for a lake in Minnesota on the Minnesota DNR's website. So feel free to go and just check ice safety on their website. And there's a lot of information there about how you can keep yourself safe if you're thinking about going on a frozen lake. And finally, our last story, we're going over to Austin because today is the start of the 16th annual Paint the Town Pink. It's a community-led campaign. We've been covering it for years. It's really an initiative that just helps raise money for cancer research that's happening at the Hormel Institute, obviously in Austin. So since this campaign started back in 2011, Paint the Town Pink has raised more than $3 million, which is super awesome. Obviously, all of that money raised by the community. So today is the kickoff event. It's hosted over at the Institute. That starts at 5 o'clock. Some of the other events going on through the Paint the Town Pink campaign is the Plunging for Pink Polar Plunge, the Paint the Rink Pink, that's with the Austin Bruins hockey team, the Smashing Cancer Demo Derby, which sounds like a lot of fun, and more. All of these events taking place at different venues all around the city of Austin now through February. So that Paint the Town Pink campaign officially kicking off today, and so we just wanted you to know that. If you see a lot of pink around Austin, that is why. All right, those are our news headlines for today. I'm going to give you a quick update on the weather for our Tuesday before I let you go. You're looking right now at our homepage at kettc.com under the First Alert Weather tab right there at the top for our meteorologist Ted Schmidt's latest First Alert Weather forecast. So today he is saying we're going to have a windy but mild day, although we have much colder weather ahead of us here. So warm air kind of lingering into our Tuesday ahead of a cold front that's approaching for later this week. We can expect some occasional sunshine today as well as clouds, but there will be some strong gusty winds out of the west. Ted says the high temperatures are going to be in the low 40s, kind of similar to the temperatures we saw yesterday. However, wind gusts could reach up to 35 miles per hour, so it's not going to feel like it's in the low 40s today outside. It's going to feel more like in the 30s due to those wind chills from the wind, obviously, and those gusts that we're going to be getting today. So keep that in mind as you are planning ahead for your Tuesday. That is all the news and weather that I have for you on this early morning. Thanks so much for joining me for Morning Pulse. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you right back here on Wednesday.